Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, staying live here in Dubai. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. I was having fun with an e-foil board. I don't know if you know what that is, but if you haven't, checked that out in the links in the description. Hopefully my editor would throw up a little picture of that because it's lots of fun. Those e-foil boards, lift e-foil, so it's something else. Anyways, I've got a show for you guys, man. I'm gonna be talking about how the dark side of crypto works and some scary stuff about crypto and how, might scare you that, the government might end the crypto rally, but they won't because you know what? Crypto is here to stay. They can't stop it any more than they can stop books, but they can't slow it down, right? And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to teach them, actually, and you, how they're going to slow it down, right? Because there are downsides to crypto, especially in our current society, and I'm going to show you those downsides, as well as what's going on in the market for Bitcoin and Ethereum and how to trade it and so forth. And if you're interested in trading it, make sure you head over to okx.davincij15.com or bybit.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below. Just sign up for an account, and you know what? If you want to just buy Bitcoin, buy crypto, Ethereum, and so forth, you can do so with those different exchanges. You can dollar cost average, which I suggest you do. Okay, let's get into it. Watch this. This picture represents the downside of crypto. Yes, this kitten. It's just sad. It's the downside of crypto. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let me explain. Right, Hong Kong woman gets crypto scammed $770,000 while trying to adopt a kitten, and you're like, what? How's that going to kill crypto? Let me just explain. Right, if she didn't use crypto, they can trace the money, and actually most of the times they can get it back, because if she did a wire transfer, those wire transfers what you don't know, can be reversed. So any kind of wire transfer, if she didn't use cash, she used the banking system can actually retrace that money and get it back for her, right? And in most cases, right, even if she did a wire transfer, she could actually have it returned to her, or even just a regular transfer to another account locally. There's a high probability that she would get it back. With crypto, once you send it to somebody, just like you send cash, it's gone. And so this is one way that if I was a bank, I'd be selling your current financial system, selling CBDCs with this as your selling feature, right? Because you can actually undo transactions that are criminal. Hello, that's another way that Visa, MasterCard can sell their credit cards over using crypto, because that with a credit card, it's even easier to actually reverse the transaction than you would with the banking system. So this is one way the banks can slow down crypto adoption by saying, look at all these scams. I mean, so many people are so easily victimized. I mean, even my brother fell victim to this, to somebody pretending to be me and taking his money. So it's easy to be scammed. It doesn't matter who you are. You can easily be scammed, and once you send the money, it's gone. So this woman, right, she's 58 years old, right? The woman was trying to get this kitten adopted, right? And she was later told that the kitten had died while being transported to Hong Kong from abroad, and that she was entitled to insurance payout. But she was also told she must pay administrative fees to release the insurance funds, prompting her to make 40 crypto payments collectively worth $773,000. Now, I know you're thinking, wow, this is her the silliness. She should not have done this. She made a huge mistake. People do have to learn that they can't hand over people. Whenever somebody says administrative fees for insurance, just run. That's a lie. There's no such thing. If any insurance company actually charges you to pay out, to receive a payout of your insurance, that's a scam. That's a fraud. You should take that to the police immediately. No insurance company will do that, period. And no investment company would do that, period. Okay, so if you see that, if somebody says that to you, administrative fees to get some money, it's a lot. So just one of those things you need to know that you should already know, but I'm just letting you know. All right, so that you don't get defrauded. And if that happens, run to the police. It's a scam. It's 100% a scam. So if you are already scammed, and remember, a lot of people do get scammed, and what the scammers tend to do, right, is they take your money and say promise you to buy Bitcoin, and they don't. And then you see the price of Bitcoin going up, and then they say, okay, you want to withdraw, and they say, well, there's an administrative fee in order to get your Bitcoin cash. That you've been scammed. Immediately when they say that, you've been scammed, period, right? Because there's no such thing. Okay, so hopefully you'll learn something. Hopefully none of my audience that watches this video will ever fall victim to this scam. Once you hear administrative fees, you're being scammed, or you've been scammed, period. So what's going on with the Shiba Inu, right? Shiba Inu price, I love my Shiba. I love it, right? And there's a price prediction as 300 million trading volume floods in. How high can Shiba go, right? Okay, so this is a hype article, and I'm going to show you how. Try not to fall into this hype train. Yes, Shiba will do well, but it's a little early for that. So don't fall into the hype train. Yes, you can start dollar cost averaging into Shiba. You can buy a little bit, so forth. But watch out for these hype trains, right? All right, Shiba Inu has become one of the most talked about cryptocurrencies in recent times, with a market cap of over 6 billion, it's actually 7 billion, and the price increase of over 20,000% in the last year. The crypto has been making headlines for an impressive growth. Now, if you read that article really fast and you don't really think about that, and you just take it by its word, you're thinking it went up 200x. What? 200? What? And so if we head over to CoinMarketCap and we bring in Shiba and let's take a look at the market cap, it's like 7.6 billion. And then if we were to go and take a look at the charts here and click on the 1 year, you can see that it's actually down, right? Down heavy. And so you're like, okay, what's going on? They said that it was up 200% in a year. Well, yeah. What they failed to mention is that yes, maybe the market cap has gone over 600 billion and increased to 2,000%, not the price. So that's what they're saying here, by getting you all hyped up, right? So the way it's structured, the sentence makes it feel like the price went up 20,000%, but it was actually the market cap, meaning that there was less coins before at a higher price, and now that at a lower price there's more coins. So that's what they're saying. That's what's happened. And so it's a little bit of a trickery with this article, and then it continues with more of the trickery. There's a lot of burn. It talks about the burning of Shiba, like it's up 1,000%, and it's a little bit disingenuous and unfair, because once more the recent surge in the burn rate is quite noteworthy. Just a week ago, less than 20 million tokens were burned. Okay, so that sounds like a lot, right? 20 million tokens. Guys, a little bit of problem there. That's only like anywhere between $2,500, $2,600 worth of Shiba was burned. Not a whole lot. So slow your roll. This was a little bit of a hype train article. It doesn't mean that Shiba will do well. Just because of this, they were trying to hype it up a little bit too much. But I do think Shiba will do well in the next bull run, during this next alt season. We're going to have another alt season, and so we'll see Shiba do well. But let's not let's call a spade a spade. This article was was seriously overhyping with using words and organizing the whole article to make Shiba look better than it really is. All right, so this is an interesting article I want to talk about because Monero is not really the issue, it's Bitcoin. And I'll talk about that in a second here, right? Dubai prohibits privacy coins like Monero under new crypto rules. It's interesting because, right, you know, in Dubai, the issuance of all activities related to anonymity enhancing cryptocurrencies such as Monero XMR are prohibited under the new laws published Tuesday. So, yeah, this is happening in the United States. Most anonymous cryptocurrencies are legal, and it doesn't really matter. You're thinking, well, Bitcoin is not anonymous, and so it's only going to be Bitcoin cryptocurrencies that can be traced. Well, the problem with that is the new upgrade to Bitcoin, right, which is included Schnorr signatures and Taproot. The names are irrelevant. Has made Bitcoin anonymous in a sense, meaning that you can't backtrace if enough people start to use it. Only if people start to use it does the backtracing become more and more difficult. And why is that? Well, because the way it's designed is that you can't determine where the crypto is coming from and who it's going to once you start using those particular upgrades in Bitcoin. So with that case, Bitcoin becomes somewhat anonymous. I don't know how they're going to justify that. Are they going to kick Bitcoin out when everybody starts to slowly use the upgrade? I highly doubt that, right? Because Bitcoin is the first crypto, and it will be a big part of the future economy. And already companies and people and businesses are using it. So it's going to be difficult for the government to go, well, you can't use Bitcoin because it's anonymous. And you're like, well, maybe they'll say you can't use those features. Well, the problem is those features give more than just anonymity. They also lower the fees, transaction fees. It gives you that much more reasons to actually use those upgrades. So this is why it's going to be difficult for them to stop that. It's going to be interesting what they do in the future, because who cares about XMR or Monero? I mean, yes, individuals can use it, right? Companies can't. Exchanges can't. Who cares? Individuals will be continuing to use Monero, and there will be bridges across between Monero and BTC, so you can swap between the two on an individual basis. So that's okay. All right. With that said, I want to thank everyone who voted. My God, I'm up at 763. Wow. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Please, you know what? Links in the description below. Please vote me up if you haven't done so already. I want to get over 1,000 this week. Really appreciate it. So vote below. Thank you very much. All right, let's head over to Bitcoin and Ethereum charts and see what's going on over there. If you want to trade this, you can head over to bybit.davincij15.com or okx.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so Bitcoin, you know, once we broke this, I mean, I was telling you guys on the 4-hour, yes, we bounced off of this and then, you know, stopped me out, but then, you know, that was definitely the direction, unfortunately. Once we broke below this with a full body candle, that was it, lights out, and there we were. We dropped down to this support area. Yes, I moved it up. This is the new support area. Breakdown from here will see us at another support area of around $20,500. And right now we're at the 200 period moving average of the 4-hour, which is a normal pullback. Looking at the Fibonacci's, let's just take a look at the Fibonacci's retracement, see how far this has come. I think that looks like the 38.2. It might not be, but let's just see where it is. Yeah, closer to the 38.2. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually come down to the 38.2 and bounce off of that, trade around here before we actually go higher or break down to the very least to the 78.6. Ouch, that hurts. At 18,000. So yeah, that's what Bitcoin, it looks like it wants to do. Either we bounce off of this, the 38.2, or we head all the way down to the 78.6, which is what I call my Hail Mary trade. The Hail Mary trade is basically where you would you'd buy the 78.6, you would stop loss at the end of that, and then you take a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and boom, that would be your trade. There's a high percentage here, 10% risk here, so you would have to use like half, like instead of like 5%, you'd have, if you were to go 1-to-1, not a high, not leveraged, you'd have to use half of like of what you'd normally, the normal 5% that I would recommend for your trade. So that's how you'd have to trade this. Kind of brutal. 10x trade, 10x leverage would not work here, of course, right? Because you'd have to be liquidated. So you could do that, but with a smaller amount, right? Maybe instead of 2.5% of your total portfolio, you'd go to like 0.25 of your total portfolio on a 10x trade, and with liquidation as your stop loss, and that's how you would trade that. Okay. If you guys are interested in seeing what I am trading, you can join me by heading over to davincij15.com and my private Telegram group. You could sign up today. All right, let's head over to Ethereum and close it off with that. Ethereum, again, we've reached another support level after we broke this red line that I was saying, hey, we got to stay above it, and we couldn't. We bounced off of it, and we failed miserably, unfortunately, and we've come down to another support area where, hey, if we break this one, oof, ouch. Yes, I'm telling you, you can see where we are going down. A breakdown, right, is taking us all the way down to 78.6, probably even lower. Maybe if we extend this fib, we're talking about 78.6. Ouch, that hurts. That absolutely hurts. But hey, that's what the market looks like it wants to do, because there's not much resistance here as it comes down. Maybe a little bit at the 61.8. You can see right here where we created a W and then took off. But the 61.8 or 78.6 is where we're headed with Ethereum. So be careful out there, folks. Ethereum doesn't look too healthy if you're trying to look for a long. So if you're dollar cost averaging, right, which I suggest you do, if you just simply put in, for Bitcoin or Ethereum, you put in $10 a week, you will do well in the future. So why not do that? Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be a part of our financial system for the foreseeable future. Long after you're dead, people are going to be using cryptocurrencies because they're far superior than any of our financial system's current offerings. So it just makes sense to own these assets as they become more mature and used as money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.